What if the reason you haven't figured something out yet isn't because you're missing the answer, but because you never gave the thought enough time to breathe? However you're showing up today, that's going to be enough. Maybe you're driving. Maybe you're walking somewhere. Maybe you're laying in bed, scrolling through podcasts, trying to find something interesting. Or maybe like me, you're lighting something up. Wherever you are, let's slow down a minute. Let's think about something together. Like, you ever notice how rare it is to actually sit with a thought? Not react to it, not scroll past it, not even immediately argue with it, but just sit with it. I mean, most of us move through life pretty fucking fast. Work, responsibilities, notifications, deadlines, expectations. The list goes on and on. See, our minds are always moving to the next fucking thing. But I believe that every once in a while, something that slows that momentum down. And for some people, it's a walk. Some people, it's music. And for others, it's meditation. Let me tell you something. For a lot of people, it happens to be cannabis. Not because cannabis magically creates ideas, but because it slows things down just enough for the ideas to surface. And that's where this podcast lives. Welcome to Third Eye High, where the thoughts are going to get a little hazy, but the perspectives, they'll get a lot clearer. See, this is a curiosity podcast where cannabis slows the mind down just long enough to explore the strange ideas about life and perspective. I'll tell you right now, this isn't really a cannabis podcast. Cannabis just happens to be the catalyst for this podcast. The thing that slows the mind down. So curiosity has room to fucking wonder. And my point isn't to convince you of anything. You might agree with some of the ideas here. You might completely disagree. And honestly, I don't really give a fuck because that's not the point. The point is to simply ponder them. That's it. Think sideways. Because sometimes the most interesting thoughts aren't the ones that give us the fucking answers. They're the ones that make us see something a little differently. In each episode of this podcast, we'll explore one single idea until the smoke settles. Sometimes it'll be philosophical. Sometimes it'll be cultural. Sometimes it's just a strange observation about life and being fucking human. I figure we could go over things like, why do humans obsess over regret? Why does happiness feel so hard to hold on to? Do we actually have free will or just the illusion of it? Why do rituals matter? Why do certain memories stick with us forever? And why do some thoughts only seem to appear when life finally slows down long enough to let you see it? If curiosity is something you enjoy, you're in the right place. And you remember that question from the beginning? What if the reason you haven't figured something out yet isn't because you're missing the answer, but because you never gave the thought enough time to breathe? Remember that? That's what we're doing here. We're giving thoughts room to fucking breathe. In the first full episode, starts with a strange discovery. Your body right now contains a biological system that seems almost designed to interact with cannabis. And it's called the endocannabinoid system, which in itself raises a strange fucking question. If our bodies already understand cannabinoids, why did humans spend thousands of years rediscovering this plant over and over again? That's where we start next time. But until then, however you showed up today, thanks for sitting in this smoke session with me. You stay curious, stay lifted, stay third eye high.